Hello students, I am Gurleen Kaur, an assistant professor in TIMIT, and I am going to teach you the subject environmental studies. So this will consist of the three main topics, that is first one is pollutant, pollution, and third is types of pollution. Pollutants we have already discussed in our previous class, and before moving forward to our next topic, that is pollution, let's take a quick revision of pollutant. What are pollutants? This we have already studied in a previous class, but now let's take a quick revision of it. These are some of the definition of pollution. Pollution, the term pollution is used to refer to all harmful materials introduced by man into the environment. When a man introduces some of the harmful substances, some of the harmful material into the environment, it may lead to a pollution. So this is the type of the pollution. This also we have already discussed. Air pollution. What is air pollution? When we contaminate the properties of the air by polluting it, by mixing harmful substances into the air, it will be termed as a air pollution. Okay, so according to the WHO, air pollution is the concentration of substances that are bad for both the environment and humans. Many substances end up in the atmosphere. The majority of these are gases that spread quickly across vast distances. These are the sources of air pollution. First one is burning fossil fuels. Second is emissions from automobile. Third is industries. Fourth is agricultural activities. Fifth, wars. And sixth is natural factor. So these are the major sources of pollution by which the air is being polluted. Now, here are some of the common air pollutants. The common air pollutants are divided into two categories, gaseous and particulates. So, gaseous pollutants are those pollutants which are present in the environment in the form of gases, such as oxides of carbon, oxides of nitrogen, and oxides of sulfur. Particulates can be solid or liquid particles. Large particles are those which are settled down quickly, but small, they remain into the air and pollute the air. These are the effects of air pollution. This also we have already discussed in our previous class in a detailed manner. That is effects on plant, effects on men. So air pollution have a major effects on plant as well as on men. How? That due to air pollution, plant suffers from chlorisis caused from SO2. Green vegetables are damages, premature yellowing of leaf fall, discoloration of plants. These are the major effects on plants due to air pollution. Now, effect on man. Effect of man can be seen through various diseases a man suffering from, like dryness, altered eyesight, headaches, lung congestions, edema. These are the harmful diseases a man is suffering from due to air pollution. Lung cancer can also be a biggest cause of air pollution. Now, these are some of the control measures how air pollution can be controlled. How? By using a filtered chimney, by planting more and more trees, and by using different bigger particle as the gravity settling tanks, by removing sulfur from fuel before use. So these are the main major controllable measures through which our air pollution can be controlled. Now, this is a summary slide of the air pollution whose causes, effects, and solutions are present. Like causes, as we have already discussed, the air pollution is caused due to the transportation and household activities and as well as industrial processes. Effects can be seen on human, on wildlife, on aquatic life, on every living organism on the planet. Solution is so this is the summary slide of the air pollution, which consists of causes, effects, and solution. So, solution of air pollution is that the reducing when we reduce the emissions from the industries and transportation sources, promoting the use of renewable energy, and encouraging the now. Here comes our next topic, that is water pollution. As we already know that water is a vital to life. Without water, a human body, a living organism cannot be survive, as it is essential for the moving of oxygen into our body parts. Okay. So, daily needs such as cooling and producing various goods in industries, cooking, drinking, bathing, sewage disposal, irrigation, and power plant electricity generations are needed on daily basis. Unwanted contaminants are heavily introduced to the water supply during all of these activities. This changes the composition of water in streams and rivers. So, unwanted contaminants, when disposed of into the water bodies, it may lead to the water pollution, like unwanted chemicals, unwanted activities like bathing, uh, uh, bathing and cleaning of the clothes into the directly into the water bodies, oil spills, all may lead to the water pollution. So these are the now these are the sources of water pollution. First one is domestic sewage. Second is industrial effluents. Third, agriculture source. Fourth is pesticides. Fifth, pathogenic organism. Sixth, mineral oils. Seventh is marine water pollution. Now we will discuss all these sources in a detailed way. What is domestic sewage? So sewage, which includes the household sewage, is known as domestic sewage. For example, if we used a synthetic detergent for cleaning our washrooms, for cleaning the clothes, food waste from the home, and laundry detergent, all these consist of the domestic sewage. When these sewage is contaminated into the water bodies, then it may lead to the water pollution. Second, second is industrial effluents. Second is industrial effluents. So how the industries is polluting the water bodies are when we release industrial waste directly into the water bodies. Like we have various forms of industries present over there, like industries of paper companies, chemical factories, rubber, rayon, fiber production, oil refineries, textiles, sugar, fertilizers. When the waste from these industries are contaminated by various chemicals and disposed of into the water bodies, it may lead to industrial water pollution. The waste material from the industries is being disposed of into the water bodies, which may lead to the water pollution. Industrial waste from the paper companies, chemical factories, rubber, oil refineries, textile, sugar, fertilizer plants, when they are released into the water body, it may cause to water pollution. Now, the next is agriculture source. How agriculture source is contributing in water pollution? See, for doing agriculture activities, for fertilizers of the crops, we require some of the fertilizers. Like they can be non-biodegradable fertilizers which may seep into the land and later on may release into the water bodies. So fertilizers use has increased and is now necessary for crop plants. So overburdens of these fertilizers may lead to dependency of chemicals like nitrates, which may release from the fertilizers and seep into the ground and end up in ponds and lake, which later on leads to the water pollution. When they enter the system that supplies drinking water, they cause a number of health issues. So agriculture sources also contributing into the water pollution. Next source is pesticides. How pesticides are being contributing into the water pollution. So pesticides consist of soil radionuclide, fungicides, insecticides, and numerous nemicides. These includes various harmful chemicals, hydrocarbons, and organophosphates. A lot of pesticides do not break down easily into the soil, and they may discharge into the water bodies directly, which may leads to causing a water pollution. When these pesticides enter through food chains, in number of uh, food chains in an ecology, the number of health risks may increases and water pollution may occur. Next is pathogenic organism. Pathogenic organism, water is contaminated with dangerous organisms such as bacteria, worm, eggs, protozoa, via sewage, and household garbage. If ingested, these strained taint water can result in cholera, TB, diarrhea, typhoid, jaundice. See, students, pathogenic organisms are those organisms which are very dangerous, such as axworm, which are produced through bacteria, axworm, protozoa, and these may lead to numerous harmful diseases such as cholera, TB, diarrhea, typhoid, and jaundice, and these are the major harmful diseases which are causing through the water pollution, and these diseases entered into the human body or any living organism and may cause our death also. So these are the harmful impact on which can be observed, which can be seen on the living organism due to the water pollution. Next is mineral oils. Mineral oil sieverts enable oil from car washes and oil spills to enter into waterways is responsible for polluting water. Mineral oils may transfer from one nation to another through the waterway transport by using ships. So the tanks present over the ships may leak sometime, and the oil, the material which our tank consists of, may directly go down into the water body and cause a disastrous issue to the water bodies, to the aquatic life. Next, marine water pollution. Water from different sources ultimately end up in the ocean and seas. They inhale all toxins derived from water, whether natural and man-made. Oil, grease products from petrol, detergent, sewage are the primary causes of ocean pollution. So, what are the primary causes of ocean pollution? We can say that petrol, detergent, sewage are the primary causes of ocean pollution. Next, so these are the sources of water pollution. First one is domestic sewage, second is industrial effluents, third is agriculture source, fourth is pesticides, fifth pathogenic organism, sixth mineral oils, seventh is marine water pollution. Now, these are the effects of water pollution. The number of effects has been seen over the living organism due to water pollution. First one is lead, arsenic, and mercury compounds are toxic and chemically dangerous, and they can even have an impact on water treatment facilities. Look, the chemical such as lead, arsenic, and mercury are very toxic and are chemically dangerous. So they may cause a disastrous impact on the water, what on the organism which are rely on the water. For example, organic sulfur compounds may hinder nitrification. Next is aquatic animals die due to oxygen consuming algae growing in an environment enhanced by nitrate and phosphate. Aquatic animals which are present under the sea, under the water, under the ocean, they may die when they consume algae, and those algae are dangerous as they are oxygen consuming algae, and which may leads to the death of the aquatic bodies such as fishes and other aquatic plants which are present under the water. And as we already know that they are enhanced by nitrates and phosphates. Next is the color of the release water is altered by the chemical and dyes. So the water present in the ocean, in the seas, or in other form of body, they can be changed, they can be altered when the chemical and dyes is being disposed of into those water bodies. Next, form developed by soap, detergents and alkalis. So the form developed because of using soap and detergents and alkalis may also cause the water pollution. Next, water's odor are ruined by industrial. Arsenic and mercury compound are toxic and chemically dangerous. They can even have an impact on water treatment facilities. For example, organic sulfur compounds may hinder nitrification. So the odor of the water may be ruined, may be changed, may be altered by the industries, as these industries consist of arsenic and mercury compound which are toxic and chemically dangerous. They can threaten the human life or any living organism's life. For example, the organic sulfur compound. Next, when mercury dissolves in water, aquatic plants take it up and incorporate it into the food chain. See, mercury, a very toxic chemical, which when it enters into the water bodies, then aquatic plants consume it, and likewise it is being moving forward with the help of the food chain, and all those living organisms who are feeding these may cause a may suffer from a very harmful diseases which may leads to anemia, birth defect and metabolic abnormalities also. So the chemicals such as mercury, lead, arsenic should be avoided and should be treated first before releasing into the water bodies. Next, leads to eutrophication, where the growth of microorganism is accelerated by the presence of nitrates and phosphates, where oxygen dissolved in water is affected. So the leads of eutrophication, when the organism is accelerated by the presence of nitrates and phosphorus, the oxygen dissolved in the water is being affected. So these are the effects of water pollution. Now, these are the controllable measures of water pollution. As we already know that water pollution is very harmful. Its effects we have already discussed. We have already gone through the effects that they may cause to death also to the aquatic bodies as well as to the human bodies. So there are several measures present to control the water pollution, by which we can control the water pollution. First one is separate ponds and lakes for animals like cattle. So there should be maintenance of separate ponds and tanks for animals. Not and cattle's should not drink water directly from the water bodies. For them, a separate ponds and tank should be maintained. Use fertilizers, pesticides, and insecticides carefully. It is best to choose quickly degradable, biodegradable pesticides alternative. One should use fertilizers, pesticides, and insecticides carefully. If they want to avoid it, it's better to avoid them as it consists of many harmful chemicals such as lead, arsenic, and mercury. So but if they want to use them for the fertilization of their crop, then in that case they can go for biodegradable pesticides instead of non-biodegradable pesticides. As we already know that non-biodegradable pesticides seep into the land and later on disposed into the water bodies, which may cause a harmful effect to the environment. So instead of using non-biodegradable pesticides which are fully chemical based and which may cause a harmful impact to the organism, one should use biodegradable pesticides such as cow dung and any other sources of pesticides. Next is septic tank to be built at homes where sewage facility is not available. Before discharging directly our sewage into the water bodies, if the sewage facility is properly is not maintained at home or any other area, then in that case septic tanks need to be maintained. Next, bathing or washing in water is not advised as it contaminates water. As we already know that bathing and washing, bathing, if we go into any kind of water body like river or a pond and directly just take a bath, then the germs releasing from our body, the soap we are using, the detergents we are using for cleaning the clothes is being directly disposed into the water, and which may cause a harmful impact to the water body as it consists of many harmful chemicals. Next is industrial and domestic sewage waste ought to be cleaned up before being poured down the drain. So, industrial and domestic sewage, all those waste materials, sewage material should be treated before releasing into the water bodies. All those industrial waste before releasing into the water body should be treated first. It should not be released directly into the water body as it causes a many numerous negative impact to the aquatic life and which may cause a death to the aquatic life. So chemical releasing from the industries and domestic sewage should be cleaned up before being poured into the water bodies. So these are the controllable measures of water pollution. One should follow these measures strictly to control the pollution. Otherwise, the coming days or coming years, the coming generation may suffer major consequences of this. Now, this is a summary slide of the water pollution. It consists of causes, effects, and solution. Causes, we have already discussed that what are the causes of the water pollution. The main cause of water pollution include industrial waste, sewage, agriculture runoff, and oil spills. Effects, effects of water pollution can be seen on various living organisms, aquatic ecosystem, and it may lead to the death of fish and other marine life, the contamination of drinking water, and the spread of waterborne diseases like typhoid, cholera, TB, etc. So the effects can be seen on the human body, on the aquatic ecosystem, as it may lead to death also. Next, solution. Now what are the solution of this? How a water pollution can be prohibited? Solution to water pollution includes improving wastewater treatment, reducing the use of pesticides and fertilizers, and promoting the protection of wetlands and other aquatic habitats. So solution can be done by treating the water waste, by treating the waste material before releasing directly into the water bodies, by controlling the oil spills, by not using the chemicals directly into the water body such as detergent, mercury, arsenic, etc. So this is the solution that we need to do for controlling the water pollution. Now here come our next topic, that is soil pollution. Soil pollution. Soil pollution refers to the contamination of soil with anomalous concentration of toxic substance. What is soil pollution? Contamination of soil due to toxic substance. When the toxic substance are sipped into the land, into the soil, it may lead to soil pollution. Soil pollution is also called as soil contamination. It refers to the degradation of land due to the presence of chemical, we can say, or man-made substance into the soil. So when the chemical or when the man-made substance are degraded into the land directly, is referred as soil pollution. Soil serve as a natural resource. As we all know, it's a natural resource present over the earth. Rock degrade both chemically and physically to produce soil from their parent material. Time and climate have an impact on how soil develop as well. Soil develops most slowly in extremely dry or cold conditions, although they develop more quickly in humid and warm area. So time, due to time and climate, they both have an impact on how soil develop, and soil also develop more slowly in extremely dry and cold condition. So what is soil? It is a thin layer of material that covers the ground and is made up of water, air, mineral, organic matter, and living things that all work together to support the growth of plants. The organic material, which is made up of decomposing plant and animal remains, is mostly found in the uppermost dark area known as top soil. The bedrock changes physically and chemically over thousands of years to generate the inorganic part, which is composed of rock fragments. By facilitating its process, the quality of soil is enhanced, but we can never rebuild what we destroy. For living things, soil is just as essential as air and water are, as it sustains plants, which are the foundation of all other living things. Soil formation process proceeds at such a slow pace that it is known as a non-renewable resource. Thus, it is crucial to research and manage soil pollution. Thus, the introduction of substances, biological organisms, or energy into the soil, resulting in the change of the soil quality, which is likely to affect the normal use of the soil or endangering public health and the living environment, is soil pollution. So, as we have discussed, that soil is the major source of living. A soil is as much as essential as air and water are. So, when we decompose harmful chemicals into the soil, sift a harmful chemical into the soil, it may leads to the soil pollution. And for that purpose, soil pollution is also known as soil contamination. The substance alter the natural composition of soil and affect it negatively. These can drastically impact life directly or indirectly. Since plants are producer in an environment, it get passed up through the food chain. Compared to other types of pollution, the effects of soil pollution are little more absurd, but these implications are very noticeable. So, soil pollution can be caused by various factors such as industrial waste material, oil spills, and acid rain may also be a reason for soil pollution. Mining activities, intensive farming, industrial accidents, etc. The effects of soil pollutions are numerous, we can say, and specific waste such as radioactive waste become particularly hazardous when they are not well contained. A well documented example is a nuclear accident in Chernobyl, which has left an area of 2600 kilometers uninhabitable for several thousand years. See, there's an example of soil pollution when a nuclear accident has been held in a Chernobyl country, and it leads to 2600 kilometer uninhabitable, which means there is no farming, there's no plantation can be done over the land over thousand of years. So these are the disastrous consequences of soil pollutions. Effects of soil pollutions are such as loss of soil nutrients, impact the natural flora and fauna, we can say, degrades vegetarians. Toxic dust can also causes our respiratory problems. So soil pollution, I hope it is clear. Now, these are the sources of soil pollution. Substances found in industrial waste, insecticides and pesticides sprayed on the crops. These are the these are the sources of air pollution. Now, our types of pollution can be summarized in one slide. So there, as we already know, there are various number of pollution present, but when we divide them on the basis of the categories and broadly we classify them into majorly three parts: air pollution, water pollution and soil pollution. Apart from these three, there are many pollutions such as noise pollution, plastic pollution, radioactive pollution, but when we divide them on the basis of their broadly classification, so pollutions are mainly categorized into three parts. This we have already discussed, that is air pollution, water pollution and soil pollution. Let's take a quick revision of these three pollution. First one is air pollution. Air pollution is the contamination of the air with harmful substances such as gases, particles and chemicals. So what is air pollution? When the air is being contaminated, when the air is being uh, air consists of harmful chemicals, harmful substances, which can be in the form of gases or in the particles and chemicals. It is known as air pollution. It can be caused, how it can be caused? Through industrial process, transportation and household activities. The major cause of air pollution is through transportation. Nowadays, as we know that when we look at the lifestyle of the many people, if the family consists of 5 members, then in at least they have 2 to 3 vehicles in a home. So all those vehicles leads to air pollution. How? Because these vehicles release the harmful gases such as carbon dioxide, so which may leads to the air pollution, and it can have a negative impact on the human health as well as on the environment. So I hope the air pollution is clear to everyone. Now the next is water pollution. Now, what is water pollution? Contamination. Water pollution is the contamination of bodies of water such as lakes, rivers and ocean with harmful substances. When the forms of water bodies such as lakes, rivers and oceans is being polluted, is being contaminated with harmful substances, when the harmful chemicals is being released in these forms of water bodies, then it is known as water pollution. It can be caused by industrial waste, sewage, and agricultural runoff, and it can have a devastating effect on aquatic ecosystem and human health. Soil pollution. Soil pollution is the contamination of the soil with harmful substances such as heavy metals, pesticides and industrial waste. When these harmful substances is being found under the soil, then it may lead to soil pollution. Harmful substances such as metals, pesticides and industrial waste, which means they should be treated properly before releasing into the soil. It can have a negative effect on plant growth, animal health and human health, and it can also lead to the contamination of ground water. So the soil pollution, it causes a negative impact on all the living organisms present over the earth, over the planet, such as plant growth, animal health and human health. How? When the harmful chemicals is being contaminated into the soil, those harmful chemicals are consumed by the plants, and the living organisms who are depending on the plants, they consume those plants, and likewise the food chains continues, and the every part of the food chain, every affected party of the food chain will may lead to the disastrous impact from the soil pollution. and it may cause a negative impact to human health as well, as by increasing the soil pollution, the fertility of the land, the productivity of the land goes on diminishing, and which may cause a negative impact to the human health, animal health, and plant growth as well. It can also lead to the contamination of groundwater. When the any chemical sipped into the land, it later on goes into the water bodies. So the ultimately it may result to water pollution also. So these pollution basically we can say are interlinked to each other. If there is an air pollution, there can be a water pollution as well as soil pollution. If there is a water pollution, there can be a air pollution and the soil pollution. The effects of soil pollution can also be seen on air pollution as well as on water pollutions, and one should strictly follow the controllable measures to control these pollution, otherwise our upcoming generation will be in danger. As we already know that because of these pollutions, temperature of the earth is being increasing, glaciers is being melting, and because of that human life is in danger. So these pollutions needs to be controlled. Okay, so we have gone through the various types of pollution: air pollution, water pollution, and soil pollution, their major effects, their causes, and also their controllable measures. So here we end up this class. In next lecture, in next class, we will study the next topic, another types of pollution. Thank you and have a great day.